Thank you for tuning into your personal piano professor. I just want to put up a little video to kind of demonstrate what you might do as part of your practice to get a little bit faster fingers, develop some finger dexterity, and improve your playing. It's a good idea to spend a little time when you're practicing on some form of exercises. I used to do a little bit of scale exercises and a little bit of chord exercises. I'm going to talk about the scales in this video. Learning your major scales is kind of important and takes a little bit of work. I don't think I've actually practiced major scales for a long time, but when I did, I learned them first in the right hand, which is pretty easy. I'm just going to take a C scale. You're going to start mostly with your thumb. Some scales you start on different fingers just because it works out that way. And the finger numbers you can get by getting that Hanon book that I've described in there, The Virtuoso Pianist. It's a classic. It's got everything you're going to need in there in terms of exercises to get your fingers moving. Major scale, basically what you're learning, the technique is crossing your thumb over and then crossing your fingers, thumb under and fingers over. So a C scale will play the first three notes with fingers 1, 2, 3, then cross your thumb under, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you always want to play scales evenly. Now if you're like me and you're right hand dominant, the left hand's going to feel a little less comfortable. But in the left hand you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. And then you're going to put those two together eventually and be able to play an octave up and down. And of course you're going to want to do them in different keys. G with the F sharp, and D with the 2 sharps. Some of them are going to feel a little more comfortable than others, but learning your major scales is one thing that you want to do. Also, I used to, from that book, there's a lot of great finger exercises that get you stretching your fingers. The first one in the Hanon book is basically an exercise that stretches between your 5th and 4th fingers, and also your 1st and 2nd fingers in your right hand. And basically what you do is start with 5 and 1, then you do a little stretch here, so you're skipping a note. And then as you come back down, you stretch again, and run up, and up and down the scale like that. So those are the types of finger exercises I did. They can get a little tedious. I used to spice them up a little by maybe doing something rhythmic. That's kind of challenging. It also makes it a little bit more fun. So you're going to want to spend time again on some scale exercises. To find the best method, again, I remind you, either get the Hanon book. For Hanon, click on that little link above this video that says the Hanon video method. I found the guys at Hear and Play have a great series that you can get if you want, if you're into the home study course. It's going to help you out a lot with that. And practicing scales, again, it's a good thing to do. You don't want to bore yourself stiff with it, but spend a little time on it every time you sit down to practice, and eventually you'll find it'll just improve your playing. Once again, I'm your personal piano professor. Drop me a comment. There's a form at the bottom of the page, and or sign up for my e-zine. I've got an e-zine that I'm putting out. It's free. It has a lot of tips and tricks and techniques and answers to a lot of questions that people write in there. And the e-zine comes to you every now and then when I get the time, filled with a lot of good stuff. Sign up for the e-zine. It's in the top right hand corner of the page, and look forward to hearing from you. Thanks again for tuning in.